All right, ready? All right, we'll call the April 1st, 2024 Management Services meeting to order.
Bowers,
Yes.
Benz,
Here.
Crowe,
Present.
Zumwalt, Aaron's,
Here. Can we have a motion on
I'd like to make a motion to move the, open the bids, just behind the public comments.
Do you want to approve the agenda first?
that? No, because we're changing it.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, is there a motion to approve the amended agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any public comments? Being none, we will go on to open bid and take action on more, and open bid close, take action on fencing. Which what we are planning to do is open the bids, and then, at least for the board building, take and give them to maybe John, to look at, see if everything looks like it meets specs, if there was stuff on the building one that did. So we're gonna follow the procedure more like they do at the highway department as far as opening them, making sure they meet all the specs, and then approving them if they meet specs. So, all right, do we have them?
let me check with her.
It'd be bad if after all that, we don't want to make bids.
Never mind. How's that Doris doing?
Not very well.
Did you move her over to?
Not yet, but it won't be long.
Waiting.
Danforth.
Remember that it is still running. So.
He raised that.
Morning.
Warren. We're waiting, they didn't bring the bids in. Yeah, see if they can find them.
Pre-meeting meditation, we're all just sitting
So the
inside.
camera is on, so it is recording. So don't say anything you don't want recorded.
Yeah, we could have gone along with his stuff.
Well, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, we have to have somebody here to take the minutes.
Yeah.
So what happened, we're gotta be double duty, huh?
Oh, I thought she brought them, I'm sorry.
Okay, so one project first. Um,
These are like the concrete, electrical,
Yeah,
mechanical system.
but a lot of them do not have exactly what they were bidding on the outside, so.
If you announce the names, we can help you.
Well, some of them do say plumbing estimate on this one, HVAC estimate on that one. So, all right, we'll just start with Weber Plumbing and Heating. for $19,875.
How
Or
much?
no, yeah, $19,875. So for mechanicals, that'd be your heating. And for the plumbing, $9,289. CNC plumbing and heating. Plumbing estimate. $20,467.05.
What's that, the plumbing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say what he's gonna plumb?
It does have a list of the stuff. You know, I read that.
I didn't see.
Uh,
You look
yeah.
at all of them.
There's a job description there.
I'll let them decide that. That does not include the mechanical work.
This is CNC HVAC estimate.
Okay. Somebody give me an eye.
No,
Well, Amanda was bringing in, letter openers.
So. One morning, we fixed the dogs flying in, so now that I'm sorry.
First of April. Estimated labor. Okay, CNC plumbing and heating for the heating part, $22,359.60. Berry services, what would they be?
Henry,
plumbing,
hey,
Bid, okay.
plumbing,
We think.
so this is for you.
Plumbing labor is $13,500.
How much?
$13,500.
And what was that for?
Plumbing, Berry services.
Is that what we were calling mechanical?
No,
This is
No.
just plumbing.
yeah, mechanical is usually referring to heating, HVAC.
Oh, yeah. I think that's first one.
You do the exact plumbing rate today.
That must be big area.
is that, Dick Ayers,
Nick, yeah, Nick. He did our bathrooms.
Oh, for the break room?
The break room.
Here, he just did the plumbing.
That's an electrical, this is concrete, and then his are not anymore mechanical, so. So that's the plumbing and mechanical stuff that we have.
What was the plumbing for Weber, just to verify?
9289.
You and John wanna take those aside and look at them, and see if it covers what was,
Not if you're gonna open these other ones up.
well, okay. Get everything open then?
Yeah.
Okay. Silver Brothers. Oh, no, that one, animal control. That was animal control.
Look at Harry's.
You had them separated, and I got them mixed in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Martin Development. Interior carpentry, $14,000. Site work in concrete, 32,000.
What was the carpenter? Sorry.
Interior carpentry. How much was the interior?
14,000.
Martin? And B&D Electric,
What is it?
B&D
Okay.
Enterprises for electrical, $20,945.
20,000.
$945.
Where are they at, D?
B&D.
Oh, B and D, okay, I know.
They're out of over by there.
Why don't we make another file?
These are
This
for
is-
more, or these are for animal control, so that's all on board
Probably
stuff.
should make another file then. Okay, that's electrical. And Bruce,
This is the area separate back.
right, is that Martin? Okay. So that's for interior and site work and this one's electric.
We have one electrical, one interior carpentry, one concrete, two heating and two air conditioning, or two heating and two plumbing. If I got it right.
Surface.
So, you wanna start on the reverse order? And what does everybody think about the electrical bid?
I thought you were gonna have them look them all over. You're not gonna do that?
We only have one electrical, right?
We have one electrical.
So,
Well, before we get into a big long discussion about comparing apples to oranges is about what
Well,
they're gonna do because some of these might be eliminated if they don't meet the criteria.
that's fine.
I mean, the electrical should be looked at too, if you're looking at them. Make sure they're in compliance.
they all gotta mesh together.
Would you like to take them, John, and look them over?
Yeah, we can do that.
While you guys are doing that, we will move on to opening the.
Yeah, but let's
figure it out.
hand them in order.
The last two.
Okay. Plumbing and
Prices on
heating,
one bid.
interior,
Electric. A lot of people close by, would probably be interested in taking those.
We've tried putting it out there every way we know how.
Yeah.
I know, but it bothers me to go with, we've got no comparison, you know. Only one bid.
We'll move on to the animal control ones. These are less specific on, so we to be able to approve things. Okay, Silver Brothers Inc. Hoopston, pour concrete, door installation and fencing. Total cost $30,000.
That's very nice.
It's what?
No,
Really good.
Move it. Martin Construction, 28,500.
For the same one.
Yep. For the scope of work provided to them.
And that's everything.
Do they, I guess it says install 3 gates. Is that the ones that they have to cut the block?
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
So,
They're gates.
Guillotine doors, is that what?
No.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that, we decided to go a different route, so the gates will be, like one on the end for mowing purposes.
Yeah.
And then the idea behind it is to have,
can you sketch it?
I think I've got the sketch right here, Karen Frosted.
the idea is for like, the building is here.
Yes.
They're gonna come out the door here
Uh-huh.
and have all this fenced in. So there would be, we're gonna split this in half so we can have 2 areas for dog runs. So there'll be a gate here, and I believe, I don't remember where the other ones are.
Probably,
Is this still
since
there?
you're,
Yeah. Down ahead.
Because when we talked about,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
so it would be, you want one so you can walk through the fence to get
So they're
into
gonna
the
put
door.
one here to get in both sides, and then one out here for mowing, to get the mower from the shed to there, so.
Won't there be one close to the door?
Yeah, the door isn't going here, he wants to go in there. Is that why you put that arrow there?
Yeah,
Okay, but you still,
I'm always there.
you still want the gates. close to
These are
that
just swing
door.
gates?
yeah.
Sorry,
That would-
Just swing gates now?
No, just the.
The gates are
Maybe
not
this-
gonna be
this-
up
this
and
one might
down,
be
they're
right
gonna be
here,
just
yeah.
regular gate.
That idea of putting those
Well, you
dog
should
doors
be there
in
for
for each,
each thing.
that totally got snuffed.
Okay.
Now it's just gonna be one, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
steel door, and they're gonna bring them out through that. They're not doing the guillotine doors or anything like that. That's really.
If he has to, one.
I know, but laying it on me.
well, where's the other meeting?
I think it's the job still have it.
Right.
Oh,
You get all these bids, you're gonna be bid. Well, at least for a week, but
Right.
you didn't bid on the concrete over there though, right?
Is the board?
Yeah.
Yes,
You did.
yeah, that's
Is that on there?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
part of the concrete section.
concrete site work.
Okay.
The one is,
When I read them off,
yeah.
so yeah, you have approved here to do concrete both places at once. Possibly.
What's this mean? Will saw cut control joints and spray one coat of cure and seal. Is that what they do to cement so it doesn't crack?
Well, because it cracks, it controls where the crack is.
Okay.
So,
in theory.
We hope.
6 foot. So John, yours, I assume, and I didn't see the bid thing, specs. So that's 2 dog runs, an aisle way per the drawing, install and fill gravel. You didn't say how much concrete, 638, is that what we asked for, or is that their figure?
Square foot?
638 square foot, yeah. Is that what was in the,
I don't know if there was a specific square footage in there.
okay.
I remember it being a 5 by 38, basically dog run, and then a 16 by 23 square pad.
And 4-inch thick concrete,
Yes.
and this one says will cut doorway and masonry wall, is that the one, is that still in or is that out?
No, that's it.
That's,
They, the door, when you walk into animal control and in the back, and you go back to the runs, that's just a door to go to the outside to the fence area, one door.
I see it, it's,
So because if that wasn't there, then they'd have to walk the dogs all the way through past all the other dogs and into the area to come out the side door to walk all the way behind the building to go to the fence, so.
I was just making sure we're talking about the same thing.
The fence that I quoted, is 6 foot, privacy slats, 3 doors, 3 gates, I should say, and then cutting the door in the wall.
6 foot tall enough for all of them?
That's,
Doesn't help with cats.
it's the kennel standard, I mean, we have had 1 or 2 that have jumped the runs in the building.
I guess we had electric fence on top of those.
Raise it up.
They were just jumpers.
So we're okay with the setbacks from the property line, and it's,
I guess I don't know how far the pad went. Well, you probably know better than these setbacks apply more to a building
That's what I'm
structure than to
guessing.
a fence or something like that.
Typically fences, even say that concrete pad, fence is like 6 inches, I think. And maybe concrete's maybe 2 feet. Actually, and I'm not even sure of that, it might be 6 inches also. But yes, a house has typically got a, 10% of the width of the lot, or a minimum of 6 feet type of deal, but that doesn't apply to. Because this concrete, in my opinion, is should and would be considered the same driveway. Where if you're, got 2 houses and they're all pretty much running the property lines.
so are they reviewing? Do we want to make a motion, or are they gonna?
These we should be fine on because this is a lot more straightforward than the other.
I guess then I'll make a motion that we accept Martin Fit.
And so good.
Bowers,
Yes.
Fence,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes,
Zumel,
Yes.
Karen,
I know they're reviewing those others, but I believe I was the only one on the other 2. And I believe that I covered the scope that was a part of the bid, so I'm gonna take off. Do you have any, I mean,
Your bid included the concrete.
on board or
Oh, your bid.
animal control? Yes,
No,
and the board also, yes.
it says, interior and site work in concrete.
Yes. The only thing I will tell you that I noticed on the bid sheets is it said in the interior carpentry, overhead sectional door, that was a part of the bid in the structure,
Yeah.
so it's FYI. So yeah, I don't have a sectional door in the interior carpentry as it is
Yeah,
mentioned.
that was the architect drawing up the bid and stuff.
Gotcha. So,
It wasn't necessarily the third.
no, no worries, and like I said, I believe I've got everything else on both sides.
The stamps and stuff on the third. you get that all-
That's a phone call when I leave here, because he's back in the office today, so I'll go on
We
that.
need permits for the groundwork over there, with the
So you
city.
do the concrete,
For the animal control?
Yeah.
You will, a fence permit,
concrete, I don't.
I don't believe so, no.
And not that it matters, it's, you put the fence and then pour the concrete, or you put a pole and pour the concrete, and
It's a good question, I believe the concrete should be poured first,
then you drill holes.
and then they'll come and, drill holes next to my concrete.
I mean, at this point, you're gonna put the fence in too, so.
Right.
So this might be silly, but the poles don't go in the concrete, they go next to. the
Typically next to it.
I've never had a fence built, I don't know anything about fence.
But the one that splits the concrete, what do you do with that?
That one will go in.
With that,
Right. Well,
it's just, I mean, this one gets.
there's
done.
two ways to do it. You could core drill them. That would probably be best to core drill the 3 or 4 posts that would go in there. Just so we don't have to pour concrete around them. Now you got me thinking.
Just curious,
So the fence posts on the outside of the concrete, that means the fence will be outside the concrete, and it'll be down to the bottom of the concrete.
That's kind of the idea, is to get down so the dogs can't dig. Or-
So you'll have the edge of the concrete, then you have your post, then you'll have the width of the post where the fence is on the outside of it.
no,
There'll be a
eventually
gap.
on the inside of the post.
Fence would go on the inside.
That way, if they push towards the post now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no,
Fencing always goes on the inside.
All right.
All right, thanks.
thank you.
Thanks, John.
Like I said, I always run this stuff, we fencing around this goes on the inside, so I'm trying to think, we used to have this paddocks, actually the boards went on the outside, because then the foals would lay down all under the fence, and then you'd go out with a hammer and knock the board off and run.
Different application.
Different thing.
I thought she was going someplace else with the hammer and
Knock a board loose, because they were short enough, you would.
I cut my executive assistant hat on today, I don't have my individual hat on, so.
All right, well, I'm not sure how long they're gonna be, so if you wanna,
It's gonna be Chris.
I can go quick.
You
Okay.
said that so enthusiastically, but love from your friend.
And what do you guys say?
Sure. Are you ready?
yeah.
We're ready.
Here I go. Okay, inspection wise, we had guests come in and they completed their extinguisher renewal in all 3 buildings. Actually, all 4 of county animal control. We did have to purchase a couple new extinguishers because in the jail, you ever see one of those fire extinguishers, the old steel ones that you go to pick them up and they look like they weigh 50 pounds because they weigh 50 pounds? Those are CO2 ones and those are being phased out. The dates on them were literally from the late 60s. So I think they've done their duty. The valves and everything, they don't rebuild those anymore. So we had to get a couple new ones for the jail. Otis Elevator had to reschedule because the one day I decided to take a vacation day on the 22nd, they wanted to come on the 22nd. So we're in the process of rescheduling the date. I believe they already came at least once. Our lawnmower folks reached out to me about Onarga Academy. There's some kids that need community service. And one of the workers, actually a couple of the workers, were going to bring them over. I cleared this with sheriff before I just said yes. And pick up debris and sticks around all the property. And I noticed that there's a lot of sticks and whatnot picked up. So if you saw some random people around doing work, that's what that was all about. And I expect here after this rainy week we're about to have that everything, I think they'll get going on the grass because it's starting to get pretty pretty deep, time to cut it. Over in jail, remember a few years ago when we had the new electric sliders put in, the door controls?
Yes.
That was a company called CM Detention. And the gentleman, Ron Coos, who owns that company, had me reach out to Integrity Steel, because they come once a year and do a service of them, any adjustments and whatnot. Integrity Steel no longer comes up to this area. So he gave me a new name, Stronghold, and I reached out and I spoke with the gentleman, and he seemed very interested on coming over and taking over that. We do have an issue with another door, an access panel door that he's gonna look at for us as well. I'll keep you posted on all that. I had some small plumbing issues in the jail when we had the performance contract done, Precision Piping. We did all of the upgrades of the controls over to electric for the showers and the sinks and toilets. They left me a whole bunch of spare parts, buttons, valves, little O-rings and things like that, and it's lucky because I've utilized those a lot. I replaced a couple buttons, and I had a like solenoid thing that was sticking, and I had to rebuild that real quick. And I had to come in, we had the annual low water cutoff problem with the domestic hot water. About once a year, I have the sensor go out on that, and I had to replace that. That's pretty much all I have. If I failed to mention, if I already mentioned this, the generators this was back in February, and I don't think I mentioned it last month. All of our generators got serviced by Metro Power. And this was a full service where they changed the oil and filter. One of them needed a new battery. They come twice a year and do all of them. But yeah, this was like a full service, and they did that early last month. And like I said, I think I relayed that to you guys. I'm pretty much done. That's all I have.
What do you do with the old fire extinguishers that aren't any good? You scrap them?
They're sitting in the shed right now. Could make some dry ice out of
Do
them.
you sell them, or can we sell them, or,
Don't know.
I mean, they're heavy.
Yeah.
And they're still full of CO2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got them all over my farm from a place I used to work at, but they got rid of them.
Some of the other ones that have become obsolete, Getz will just take those or tell me you can do whatever you want with them, and they're just kind of sitting around. There's a handful in the deputy's garage still, but no, the big CO2 ones, they've been sitting out in the shed for about 3 weeks now or longer.
Give one to every deputy for his car.
We could play them. Yeah. I was thinking about making a big bucket of dry ice.
I got one around the top, I use my fireplace stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're big. Those things they're hosses. They're every bit of probably 45 pounds. Yeah.
Anybody else got questions?
Do you have an update, Chris, on the petroleum products cabinet for the after assessment? How's that going?
It's going good, but I do not have an update.
Okay.
I can't answer.
Took it a while, registered it?
Well, maybe. I think I might be chugging a little slow today, I'm not sure.
All right. Do we have an update on Grant Street project, Grant Street Drainage project?
Not that I'm aware of. Maybe John could add something if he was here. Still awaiting what sequence is going to be. That's the way we left it. If Lauren Grosvenor was going to go to this committee and see what they were thinking.
And anybody got anything else on the Grant Street project, or? Okay, county farm management issues.
Oh, back up, we didn't, I might have asked this question last month. How long are those bids good for?
Usually 30 days.
Well, we're at 30 days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of them will probably honor them within reason, but, you know, that's where,
Let's see,
The,
we made no decision, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 bids on that, right?
but because we, I mean, the reason we got bids was to know where we were at for money wise. Because everybody kept saying, well, we can't plan if we don't know how much it is. Now we have bids. So now we plan.
it was pretty well expected that the work wasn't gonna happen until next summer.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were gonna be able to do it fairly quickly, but, you know, the one thing about it was they could do it when they could do stuff in the fields.
Right. I think the lowest bidder, wasn't anticipating doing it until next summer.
So we're waiting on the city to make up their mind what they wanna do, how they wanna help us.
If they're going to do anything.
If they're gonna do anything at all, we may not even have.
You weren't, I don't know if you can read my chicken scratch.
A little bit of it I can.
There are the 4 bids. We've got a lot of variances, this is the lower one, but like hookups, one's included, some of them are not. And then some had different size tile and.
So that's an apple and that's an orange. Go ahead, you rebid.
We're talking about the Granite Street project right now. Did you have anything new come, did anybody talk to you about it or not?
John
Is there
can,
anything from the city?
John can answer all that. We're,
He said to ask you because you haven't gotten anything.
I haven't heard of Pete Rosen or.
part of the problem is I have unfortunately a very serious personal issue that I'm dealing with right now, and I've not been able to follow through on that, so.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that resolved quickly and get back to moving some of the things we need to move with, so.
All right, then.
I would look into it.
We went through all of these bids and figures that they're all within
Within the specs.
the specs and so on. Some of them just refer to the bid specs, so I think that we were holding to. When you add up these, the bid that we already approved, we're still underneath the amount that we projected for the project, so from that standpoint, it'll be within budget.
I mean, you can expect there will be some kind of changes.
Right, there's some of them that said there may be some ways we might be able to save some money, so we might have a change order that way. Who knows, we may have a change order for something more, this project goes on, that's typical. There has been some people that have said that they'd be able to save some money by doing things a little differently. So we'll have to look into that when it comes about.
Okay, start with the electrical again. Anybody got any questions on it, want to see it again, or?
Well, we only got one electrical, right?
No. Oh, yeah, 1.
So we might as well.
I move we accept B and D's electrical bids for 24 or 925 or whatever it was. I had that was,
29.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, I thought so.
I'll second.
Bowers,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes.
Sumont.
Yes.
Aaron's.
Maybe before you get too far down the road, there's one thing I forgot that I need to share with the committee. And that is that Mr. Martin does not have his engineering stamp on the plans.
I asked him, and he said that he will have that. He's gonna make a phone call, the guy's supposed to be back in.
Right, I consulted with the state's attorney and gave him another week to get that done, so. If he doesn't get it done, we'll have another problem to deal with, but. So,
That's tomorrow then, is week tomorrow, right?
yeah, just so everybody understands where that part of it is at as well.
Okay. So. Okay, interior contract carpet. Market development was $14,000. So,
Did he list the scope of work on that? Yeah.
No, that's what,
Just wrote it as spec,
Yeah.
spec'd out, he would comply.
yeah, I mean, it says labor and materials for bathroom interior walls, finished ceiling, finished taping, fine drywall, interior door, hardware, overhead section door, so, you know, it was specified in the bid.
We may wanna hold the interior stuff in abeyance. We've had discussions with another individual about the possibility of doing the work in-house in the county. So we may want to investigate that part of it before we award that part of the contract.
I agree, it sounds kind of high. Yeah. I would-
It may sound high, but by the time you buy drywall, tape it for the ceiling, I mean,
Instead of,
and then you try to put a labor number with it.
that's something we can do legally, have a bid, and then say, oh, no, we use wrong, that whole thing.
we
kind of thing.
can accept or decline opinion all of it. That is a part of every bid contract.
That's right.
Some trim work or something, I don't.
Well, the interior work you bid at 14,000, the site work and concrete you bid it.
Is
Yes.
With the exception of the overhead section door,
We talk about this.
other things, items on that list to be fairly.
Y'all need to hear this.
I was approached. It hasn't really been discussed in depth, to be honest with you. It's like there was
we just did formally, correct.
no details. It was more of a formal conversation briefly. I don't like this. I feel like I'm getting pulled in multiple directions. This isn't what
Not
I.
being pulled anywhere,
All
we're
right,
just
this
trying to
isn't what I'm
get
signed up for.
information.
I'm just suggesting that we would hold off approving that part of it, maybe until next month, so we can investigate it further.
I think that's kind of trying to think of a word that I can use, ugly.
Gray area.
A backhanded way to do business after that just doesn't feel right.
No.
At all. I mean, if we wanted to do that in the beginning, that would have been fine.
I don't know.
What do you
Let's-
think?
There's no overhead section door.
He pointed that out when you guys were out of the room. He said
Because
it's
that
been,
was already included in the
Yes.
previous bid.
Exactly, yeah, so I mean,
he didn't include it in here.
you're right, agreed, yeah, no, yeah.
Because it's already included in the other bids.
Right, so some of the trim work, I mean, the carpentry is just the bathroom portion of it. Then,
No, it says drywall and everything else.
but that's in the bathroom, correct? That's the only place the drywall is in the bathroom, isn't it?
Right.
Because they're replacing the whole south wall with sheet with metal as the specs were for the building.
You mentioned the ceiling, what's on the ceiling? Is that only in the bathroom?
They're driving. Labor and material for bathroom interior walls, finished ceilings, finished tape and prime drywall, interior door hardware, overhead section of door, toilet room accessories, painting, 14,000.
The building itself not get drywall and insulation?
It's insulated.
I mean, just
Steel.
bathroom
There's,
floor, drywall?
Yeah, they
It's gonna
insulate,
be lined with metal on most of the rest of it.
they insulate the bathroom for noise. ceilings and the interior walls.
I see it.
I think, by tabling it, we're not accepting or rejecting, we're just till next month. It seems a little excessive to me.
Well, if I may speak up, if this does get tabled and then it does not wind up getting done in-house for whatever reason, then we just wasted another 6 weeks.
Well, it's the very last thing to be done on this board, probably.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna put the heating air conditioning is going on the decking above it.
So, yeah.
And a lot of your-
At the risk of, I don't even sounding like I don't know what I'm saying here, but I know we've had discussions about it, and I don't want to start taking on too many things and say I'm willing to do it, and then depending on someone coming and helping me and whatnot. I mean, I feel I can save money for the county in other ways than saving probably half of that once we're said and done.
And if you're saving half, that means the labor rate on it is not out of line, because labor is usually half the cost of a project. So if we table it, we're stretching you thin on things.
Well, I've told you over the years that I don't ever feel like I'm pushed to do too much. I'm comfortable with everything. But this is kind of starting to become the first time where I've ever started to reach that threshold. If you understand what I mean.
I think
I have an overall observation that while we have the right to reject any and all bids, it seems to me, I'm recalling when we put this project out for bid first time without any specs and nobody knew how to bid. And then all the time we wasted with another architect and then argued over their bill. We put out that fencing project once before and then rejected it. And we have people coming in here bidding and then the Iroquois County goes, oh, we changed our mind, we wanna do something. It does not speak well for this board as a whole. It's a poor way to do business. They continually have bidders coming in, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do, we're changing our mind, we're gonna, I don't like that whole feeling.
Nitpicking.
It's not nitpicking, it's not knowing what we wanna do to move forward and changing our minds in the middle of the stream. I don't like that way of doing business.
And I can see that, if we give it to Martin and they're doing the rest of the structure, they may be able to make a better product by seamlessly putting it all together instead of, okay, the wall is up and done, now we're building the bathroom. Whereas that bathroom can be built before, while the rest of the stuff is being built, and it would come together better, I think.
If Chris isn't comfortable, which is fine, then that's the only alternative we have. So, I mean, hey, to move forward.
Is the overall,
I don't think we should put Chris in that position where he's overloaded with it. He's got other things to do while he's working in there, other things would be neglected. I think that's a lot for one man.
are we kind of on budget with the overall?
Yeah, he said
project?
overall, we're good on budget, so, with this stuff.
I added up if we went just with the low bids and the bid we've, I don't know if I can find it now. Yeah, we would be well under, if we just went with all the low bids and if Martin got his stamp and we'd be well under.
So, can I have a motion on something?
I move to accept the bid of Martin, Construction in the amount of $14,000 for the interior work.
What about the concrete?
That's
Well,
separate.
we haven't got that.
That's separate. Doing one bid at a time.
Okay. I'll second it.
Any other discussion before we go?
Bowers,
Yes.
Benz,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Aaron's,
Yes. Okay, site work and concrete. Martin Development, $32,000. Questions, comments?
That's the only bid we have.
Yeah, I think the others were all plumbing.
I move to accept the bid of Martin Construction in the amount of $32,000 for the site work and the concrete.
Was there a second?
Yeah.
Bowers,
Yes.
Benz,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Aaron's,
All right. Guess we'll do HVAC. Anybody need a recap?
Yeah.
19,875.
19,875 from Woodward, it looks like.
22,359.60 for CNC.
And then
We just
that
had
was
two
fine.
qualified.
Yeah. Any-
And John and Doug say they're very close to each other.
So, what you're saying is, let me see, the mechanicals from Weber at 19,875, 92,89 for the plumbing, and then we have to do the HVAC, which is the one you just mentioned, right, Joe? And that's heat and.
Well, mechanical is HVAC,
Right.
so we had two bidders
I
for
think I
that.
asked that before.
Weber put in a bid for the mechanical HVAC at 19,875, and CNC put in for the mechanical HVAC $22,359.
Oh, I got
So
it,
you
you
don't
were
want-
just pointing out the two, right, okay, got it,
Yeah, because you're only voting on the mechanical HVAC right now.
okay.
Looks like Woodward.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we accept Woodward.
I'll second it.
On,
HVAC.
okay, but, yeah, hey, what, since there's multiple.
Yeah, okay.
Let's pay for this for. Any other discussion on it? So we're voting on the heating and air.
Bowers,
Yes.
Benz,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Aaron's,
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Plumbing. Yeah, we agree on that.
Did you read them?
Yeah, you got them.
I do. So plumbing, Donna, did you have a question? I'm sorry.
No, I just am amazed at the huge, very
Different?
difference in the amounts, like,
Yeah, there is a large difference.
For plumbing, we have Weber at $9,289. We have CNC for $20,467.05. And we have Erie at $13,500.
Weber and CNC are a long ways apart.
I move to accept the bid of Weber for the plumbing.
I'll second that. Any further discussion?
Bowers,
Yes.
Benz,
Yes.
Crowe,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Aaron's,
Mr. Ducal, would you like the dollar amount now, or we can?
We'll do it ARPA, please.
Okay.
Hopefully make it quick.
All right. FSA.
We are in month 3 of requesting, I'm counting,
I did get an email from them. And I forwarded it this morning to Amanda. They go through a service or something to handle all their leases. So we have a point of contact, so we just need to get a hold of them so that they can start the actual process.
Alrighty, well, that's moving. And I think, just as a reminder, because I admit that I have not given this the amount of attention it deserves, that we do have this in our papers so we can educate ourselves.
I was kind of going through that. Chris, I know you don't have it in front of you and maybe don't remember, but there are some things like the parking has already been taken care of that they were wanting, right?
Yeah, sure seems to.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that it's even on that.
Well, that letter came, I think, and then we did that, if I remember correctly.
We had to add.
For the handicap.
Yeah. So mostly, I think what we're looking at, that at that point they wanted was like doors being easier to open and then the bathroom upgrade.
Doors, bathroom upgrades, and drinking fountains, things of that sort.
So we are at least moving in that direction. So unless you got any other questions? Keep on. Okay. Claims. Everybody see claims? Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the claim.
I'll second it.
There's no further discussion.
Bowers?
Yes.
Benz?
Yes.
Crowe?
Yes.
Newholt?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Any old business? New business?
Yeah.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? We are adjourned.
Thank you.
You-
My brother?